Hi everyone, welcome to part 2 of this year's Patio Food Garden project. If you're a subscriber, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, my name is Riley and welcome to my garden. Today we're going through what are the weekly tasks I do with my patio food garden. This year I've done this special project on my patio raised beds. I'm going to take you through everything I have growing out here and what do I do each week to keep everything in control. Okay, starting on the far left, I have Grandero paste tomato plant from Johnny's Seeds. I have a few marigold plants. In between my two Johnny's paste tomato plants, I have a cucumber plant. In front, I have basil, more marigold, another cucumber plant. To the right of that, another Grandero from Johnny's Seeds, another cucumber plant, more marigolds in front, another Johnny's Seeds Grandero, another cucumber plant, and another Grandero there. More marigolds in front. I'll talk about those in a moment and why I planted those here. On the corner, we've got four cucumber plants. 1, 2, 3, 4. In front of those, we have some lavender, more marigolds, another Johnny's Seeds Grandero, marigolds in front. There's basil in front, cucumber in back, more marigold, parsley, marigold, more basil, another Johnny's Seeds Grandero, another cucumber plant, another Grandero, and some marigold in front of that. You might be thinking, Riley, your food garden is just tomatoes and cucumbers. And you'd be correct. The purpose of the patio garden project this year was to grow enough tomatoes, basil, parsley, to make enough homemade tomato sauce to last my family the next 6 months to a year. And the reason I chose to grow cucumbers in between all of these tomato plants was twofold. Number one, I had cucumber beetle pressure on my cucumbers last year when I grew them in my normal raised garden beds in my garden. So this year it was important that I rotated my crops and I moved my cucumbers to a new location, which I've never grown them in this location before. And the other reason is I've never tried to grow cucumbers up a single vine and prune those to one single main vine, which is what we're doing this year. So let's get to the first task I do every week for this patio food garden. We're growing these tomatoes up a single vine, which means we have to come in every week and we have to prune off any suckers on the plant, which is job number one each week. Once a week for me to come out, follow the main stem of the plant, check at each point where a cross branch comes out, see if there's a sucker growing out of that 90-degree angle on the plant or the armpit of the plant, and snip that right off. I've already done a video on how to prune tomato plants to prune off all the suckers. I'll leave a link in the video description to that video. That's really informative. If you know anything about pruning tomato plants or growing them up a single vine, check that video out. The next job I do each week is to come out and train these tomato plants to continue to grow up these training strings, these growing strings. And to do that, I just use some garden Velcro, and anywhere where I have a cross branch meeting the main branch, I'll take a piece of this Velcro, I'll wrap it around the stem and the growing string, just like that. And I'll continue to do that all the way up this plant. I'll put one more on here. I will continue to do that every week. Train this tomato plant to grow up a single vine all the way up until it reaches the top of my frame. Task number 3, pruning my cucumber plants. Remember I said I'm growing these up a single vine? The process to prune the cucumber plant is exactly the same as how we prune the tomato plant. I've also done a video on that, and I'll leave a link in the video description. But what I'm looking for is I'm looking for anywhere where I have a side branch coming out of the main stem. In that armpit, if I have growth coming out of that stem that's not a flower, it's going to actually look like another main stem coming out. I am going to come in and snip that off. And I have quite a few here. So we are going to snip them all off. Yeah, looking good. Now, I don't have to use garden Velcro with my cucumber plant. Cucumber plants have tendrils, and as you can see, the tendrils will attach to this growing string, so it should grow up the string. If the tendrils wander and attach to a nearby plant, I can easily come over, gently remove that tendril from the nearby plant and retrain it to grow up this string. But the garden Velcro, not necessary. Step 4 is watering, and it's the most important part of these tasks because I do not have soaker hose systems set up in these beds. If I don't give them even water, then the tomatoes will get blossom end rot. I know that from past history of growing in these beds in Zone 9B without soaker hose systems. So what I'm going to be doing is taking a watering can like this, the base of every plant, I will be watering deeply 2 or 3 of these. And at this point, I'm doing it once a week. As the season progresses here, I'm going to need to be coming out every day, testing the moisture of the soil by putting my finger in 2 inches, see if I can feel any moisture. If I can't, I'm going to be repeating this process. My 4 tasks: prune my tomato plants, strap up my tomato plants, prune my cucumber plants, and give everything a deep watering. You may notice that I didn't add weeding into that, and that's because I have hardwood mulch on all of these beds. The stray weed that does come up is 3 seconds of work a week. I mean, I don't have problems with weeds using this hardwood mulch. Hi, my name is Riley. Thank you for watching. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that bell so you'll be notified next week when we put out a new video. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and share it. It really helps the channel.